So, how did the top 10 most richest women in the world actually make their fortunes? That is what we are going to dive into in tonight's coaching video, and you guys are going to love this because we're talking about the 10 most richest, most wealthiest women in the world. Now, let me ask you before I let you in on the little secret here and expose them. How do you think they made their fortune, right? Because if you watch the mainstream news, you hear every day about how men are just lost without women, how we are so incapable, and how strong, empowered women out there are changing the world. They don't need men. We got to destroy the patriarchy. And oh my gosh, men are so toxic. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. All top 10 of the most richest women in the world, all 10 of them, okay? Not a single one got rich through an invention, through a business, through a creation of their own. No, every single one of them made their fortune and got rich through, or should I say, on the backs of the patriarchy, of a man. Okay? I'm not kidding. And we're going to go through this list in about a second here of the top 10 wealthiest women in the world and how they got so wealthy. Not a single one made a dime on their own to, made a single dime that contributed to their wealth. No, everything they made and everything they earned came from the man in their life, right? Usually some blue pill beta or some father that they had where they inherited this money. And you're going to see for yourself. Okay, so let's just dive into this, right? Enough talk here. Let's go through the list. And this list that I'm pulling up here is from Wikipedia, which is a leftist site which always toes the woke narrative. So I wanted to make sure I picked a leftist site just so there's no exaggeration here. I mean, this is all factual, right? So let's start with the first person on the list who is actually the richest woman in the world right now. The richest woman in the world right now is Francois Bettencourt Myers. Okay? And she is worth an estimated $75.3 billion. And apparently she is the only child and heiress of Lelaine Bettencourt and granddaughter of L'Oreal founder Eugene Schuler. Okay? And after her mother died in 2017, her fortune tripled with her investments through their family company holding, L'Oreal shares, and on the stock exchange. So, yeah, she did not get out there and invent any makeup, any eyeliner, or any lip gloss. This was all from Eugene Schuler, who I assume was it was her grandfather. It was her grandfather. So she inherited from her grandfather. It wasn't even her father. It was the grandfather that made her rich. Okay, so that's the richest woman in the world so far. The number one richest woman in the world inherited her fortune. Second most richest woman in the world is Alice Walton. You guys who shop at Walmart, hey, I'm a fan. She inherited her fortune. She's currently worth $59 billion, and making her the 19th richest person in the world and the second richest woman in the world. Obviously, she inherited that from her grandfather, Sam Walton, who was the founder of Walmart. Okay? So far, no self-made female billionaires. Where is the matriarchy now? Where are all these strong and empowered females? Okay, and you'll never see them publicize this list on CNN or any of the mainstream news outlets or any late night talk show. They will never, ever, ever show you this list, right? But I'm showing you. All right, number 3, Mackenzie Scott. She is an American novelist and philanthropist. As of December 2022, she is worth a net worth of $27 billion. And she owns a 4% stake in Amazon, the company founded by her ex-husband, Jeff Blue Pill Bezos. Okay, she is the third wealthiest woman in the world and the 35th wealthiest individual in the world. Thanks to who? Her ex-husband, Jeff Bezos. Funny, I just read an article on Mackenzie Scott or Mackenzie Bezos, and they were talking about how she just donated $2 billion to charity, and that's more than her ex-husband, Jeff Bezos, ever did in the last decade. He has not donated anything near what Mackenzie has donated. You know what? Well, that's really, it's really easy to donate money that you were just given, that you didn't really work for, that somebody just handed to you in a divorce settlement, right? It's easy to donate that type of money, especially when you get a tax write-off for that, right? Which they don't like to mention because it makes her look bad. However, when you work for it, when you build Amazon from the ground up, and you are out there building the technology, hiring employees, creating the branding, the marketing, and putting your life, your livelihood at stake, your career at stake, your reputation at stake, you will be a lot more, let's say, responsible with money you just like throw out, right, and just donate at will. But when it's not yours, hey, yeah, here's $2 billion. I didn't have to work for this. Take it. I admit plenty more where that came from, because I also have a stake in Amazon where I don't have to lift a finger for the rest of my life. All right. Number 4 on the world's richest women list is Julia Koch. She is an American socialite and you notice how a lot of these chicks, they all become philanthropists when they inherit money from men. They all of a sudden become the most generous people on earth, right? With men's money. And prove me wrong. Where are the feministas? Prove me wrong. Did these women make this money on their own? No, they did not. And by the way, people will point back to Mackenzie Scott and be like, she was there in the early days of Amazon. She helped out create some marketing plans and even shipped a few orders. It's like, are you kidding me? People are doing more than she did in an 8-hour shift on Amazon these days, right? I mean, that's like, you going to a construction site and helping unload a couple of shovels and a bucket of dirt and going, oh, where's my stake? Look, I helped. I helped build this thing. It's like, give me a break. All right. So Julia Koch here is the number 4 richest woman in the world. She inherited her fortune from her husband, David Koch, who died in 2019. I would like to see the details of how he died, by the way. I always find it funny when the guy just dies off and then the wife inherits $58 billion in her case. But she is the 4th richest woman in the world, and so far, not a single self-made female billionaire. Where are all the strong, empowered women? Where are all these, we don't need men. Oh, a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. Where are they? Okay, number 5, Miriam Adelson. She's an Israeli-American physician and billionaire. After her marriage to American business magnate Sheldon Adelson in 1991, of course, she became the 5th richest woman in the world, currently sitting at $38.2 billion. Okay, let's keep going down this list. We're halfway done here. Number 6, Jacqueline Mars is another one. Here we go. Is an American heiress. This is one thing you see all the time whenever you look up the richest woman in the world. Either she's rich through her ex-husband or she's an heiress. When you look at the richest men in the world, go through the top 100 and tell me if you find anyone who's an heiress. No, most of these dudes made their money on their own. Okay, and even if their family had money, like a Trump in that case, his dad gave him $1 million to start with. He turned that into billions. So I still haven't even seen that on as far as the richest women in the world goes. I mean, they've just inherited billions and they're rich, and now they're philanthropists and giving that money away. So Jacqueline Mars is another one, an American heiress and investor. Of course, she's an investor with some man's money. She is the daughter of Audrey Ruth Meyer and Forrest Mars Sr., the granddaughter of Frank C. Mars, founders of the American candy company Mars. You guys eating Mars bars, you're making Jacqueline here rich. All right, number 7 on this list is Yang Huiyan, is a Chinese-born Cypriot billionaire businesswoman and property developer. She is the majority shareholder of Country Garden Holdings Inn, a stake largely... Listen to this. Here, let's get to the good part. A stake largely transferred to her by her father, Yang Guoquan, in 2007. So she got her money from this large stake that was transferred to her by her father, Yang. So, still, no self-made billionaires. Number 8 on this list is Suzanne Klatten. She is a German billionaire heiress. Here goes that word again. This is the word you'll hear a lot, guys. Heiress. That means you inherited that money. That means you didn't have to lift a finger. That means you didn't have to do a thing. You just inherited it. She is the daughter of Herbert and Joanna Quandt. Her net worth was estimated at $23.4 billion, and the richest woman in Germany and the 65th richest person in the world. I mean, should they even count them as the richest people in the world if they're just inheriting this money? I mean, should they even count this? All right, number 9 on this list is Gina Rinehart. It is an Australian mining magnate and businesswoman. Okay, she's a businesswoman with whose money? Oh, her father's. Reinhardt is the executive chairman of Hancock Prospecting, a privately owned mineral exploration and extraction company founded by her father, Lang Hancock. So her father, Lang, made her the 9th richest woman in the world. And finally, 10, doesn't look like it's going to happen, ladies. We're not going to find any self-made, strong and empowered, independent female billionaires out here. You all had to, you all inherited it or got it in a divorce settlement. Number 10 is Iris Balbina Fontbona Gonzalez. She's the 10th richest woman in the world, and she is a Chilean mining magnate, media proprietor, now billionaire businesswoman. You got to love this. Billionaire businesswoman. How did you make those billions here, Iris? Did you build something? Did you create a business that was worth billions? No. You got that from some dude, right? She is the, what wealthiest person? Just want to make sure I get the facts here. 3rd wealthiest person in Latin America, and the 9th wealthiest woman worldwide in 2022, according to Forbes. Fontbona, Iris, acquired her wealth. Here's the big kicker. She acquired her wealth following the death of her husband, Andronico Luksic Baroa, in 2005 from cancer. So she acquired her wealth directly from her husband, like many of these chicks on this list got their money from, if they were not heiresses to a rich father or a rich grandfather. But they all 10 of these women, guys, all 10, the top 10 richest women in the world, all made their money, all got their fortune from either a divorce settlement or from being an heiress from a man. Not from a woman, not from their mom, not from a strong, empowered single mom. No, it came from a man, a male, right? So you can thank the patriarchy, ladies. These are the top 10 richest women in the world, guys. Not a single one of them created something that of value, that of intrinsic value, that made billions of dollars. No, it was they made their money off the backs of a dude. Okay, all 10 of the richest women in the world. All right, now just to close up this coaching video, let's look at the top 10 richest men in the world. Also here on Wikipedia, the leftist Wikipedia site. Here we have the list. And as you notice, see, when it comes to the female billionaires, they just have this list, right? I mean, it really doesn't even change much. They have the 2020 list and the 2021 list. I mean, it really doesn't change much. But here, when it comes to the men's, here's the 2022 list, the 2021 list, the 2020 list, the 2019 list, the 2018 list, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, and on and on and on. It goes all the way back. This thing is going all the way back to the freaking 80s. Oh my gosh, it is. It's going back to the 80s, guys. This is back as far as 87. You know why it changes every single year for men? Unlike women, you know why this list constantly changes? Because these dudes are constantly going out there and making more money, making more investments, creating more research and development for their companies, constantly building upon their inventions, constantly looking to, just take man to the next level, to take man into space, in Elon's case, just to revolutionize us as a society and take us into the next century, really. Get us prepared for that. So, but I'm just going to go, just for the kicks, let's just look at the top 10 list for 2022. All right, number one, it's obviously Elon Musk. Hey, you know what this guy did, right? He invented Tesla. He originally started with PayPal, and then he sold PayPal. He took I think he got $100 million for selling PayPal, and he started investing elsewhere. He started building other companies. Now he is the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and several other companies. He's doing some AI stuff. But I mean, you guys know who Elon Musk is. He just bought Twitter. So he's a man making moves. He did not make his fortune from an inheritance, and he was not an heiress, and he did not get this in a divorce rape settlement. No, he works for his money, as every single dude on this list does. Number 2 on this list is Jeff Blue Pill Bezos, even though I like Amazon, but I don't really care for him. He is an American entrepreneur, media proprietor, investor, commercial astronaut. He's the founder and chairman of CEO, worth a net worth of $114 billion, and obviously he is the brainchild behind Amazon. Okay, he's number 2. Number 3 on this list is Bernard Arnault. He is a French business magnate, investor, and art collector. He is the co-founder, chairman, and CEO of a lot of luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and other companies as well. But I mean, he's another guy he is not an heiress or getting his money from his ex-spouse. Bill Gates, obviously you guys know who this guy is, founder of Microsoft, and really was a chief architect with computers back in the 70s with bringing it to the mainstream. Number 5, Warren Buffett. You guys know who this is. All right, Warren Buffett. He made his billions through investing in the stock market, and then he created his company, Berkshire Hathaway. He's one of the most successful investors in the world and has a net worth of over $100 billion as of 2022, making him the 5th richest person in the world. Also another guy who is not an heiress, who is not trying to live off the back of his granddad or his dad or something somebody else created. No, he went out there like the rest of the men on this list and earned their money. Number 6 on this list is Larry Page, one of the founders of Google. He founded it with number 7, Sergey Brin. They both founded Google together in their, I believe it was in their parents' garage, and built it up from there, making Google the number 1 search engine in the world. They overtook Yahoo, Excite, and many of these other search engines back in the day. Netscape Navigator, I used to have that. But let's keep going here. Number 8, Larry Ellison, American business magnate, investor, who is the co-founder and chief technology officer of Oracle, and obviously another guy who made his fortune through business and moving his way up in the ranks. Number 9 on this list, Steve Ballmer, American business magnate, investor, who served as chief executive officer of Microsoft. He is the current owner of the LA Clippers, of the NBA. I mean, just another guy who's making moves, not living off granddaddy or daddy or somebody else's fortune. Not mooching off somebody in their family. All right, number 10, finally on this list, is Mukesh Ambani, an Indian billionaire businessman. He is the chairman and managing director of Reliance Industries Limited, a Fortune Global 500 company and India's most valuable company by market value. He's worth $90 billion. And that was just the top 10 list of the men. That was just for a comparison to show you guys there is not a single guy on this list. Okay, and we can go through the rest of them all the way back to 1988, which I'm not going to do. 1987, which they have here. You could see for yourself that every single one of these guys made their fortune by their own hard work, right? By their own hand. They created something, they invented something, they revolutionized something that made everyone else's lives out there more convenient, more efficient, and, just more pleasurable. Whereas we go to the top 10 richest women in the world here, I mean, you could look at this list too. I mean, you notice how they have to minimize it here on the men's because we have they have to go back so many years to just keep up because it keeps changing every year because these guys are always on the move. Whereas for the females, I mean, they only go back as far back as last year. This doesn't even go as far back as 2019 because this list really doesn't change. These women, all they do is continue getting the money from the men and giving it away to charity or whatever philanthropic endeavor they have. And then claim that they're billionaire businesswomen. No, you're not a billionaire businesswoman. Stop. You're just a poser. Okay, you're just a poser. You didn't create anything. You didn't build anything. You're just essentially, leeching off of the wallet of your ex-husband or a male figure in your family that made this fortune for you. Regardless, guys. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. I really had to share this with you tonight just because, again, this is just something that's always bothered me because I always hear the mainstream talk about like the female inventors and female billionaires and, rich women and, they see men take notes. And it's like, are you insane? Are you kidding me? There's not a single one of the top 10 richest women in the world who invented a single thing outside of just leeching off of some dude. But leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video, anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share. As always, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash that notification bell for me as well. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you love my work, if you enjoy my content and everything you're learning here on my channel, if you love this type of stuff, best way to support my work is just jump into 7 Months of Mastery. It's really easy to get signed up. Just click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me, where I teach you how to go out there and cold approach the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. Talk about 8s, 9s, and 10s. I teach you where to find these girls, how to bring them into your life, how to date them, and how to marry them off if that's what you want to do. So my students have done that. So anyway, that's the best way to support my work. So do that. I appreciate it, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Until next time.